Okay, what is up, everyone? This is Dr. Blitzk. How you guys doing today? Today we're gonna be watching the Developers Direct from Microsoft. If you haven't noticed by the music, the really cool Doom music behind me. Um, so yeah, that's been confirmed to be appearing on this presentation, which is really cool. Doom is a really good franchise. Uh, they managed to revitalize it back in 2016, I think it was. So yeah, this will be their third game since then, the Dark Ages, and yeah, I am kind of excited about it. Also, we already have like most of the direct, content, which is going to be South of Midnight. I forgot the developer. I think it's the developer who made We Happy Few, I think. But for some reason, I forgot the name of the developer. It will come to me in a little bit. And also, a third party game from a new studio, which is an RPG, which seems to be, although not aesthetically, the design seems to be a little bit like Persona. You know, the how the camera moves during battles is a turn-based game, but also it seems like you can press buttons while you're fighting that you're turn-based to evade or to improve your attacks, kind of like Super Mario RPG or Mario and Luigi games tend to do, which is also very cool. So let me switch to the main page. Yeah, we're about 2 minutes from starting. Is this live? Yeah, it is live. And yeah, there's going to be another game which they haven't said. Which Compulsion Games. Compulsion Games is the name of the developer. There's going to be a fourth game which we don't know which is going to be. There are rumors that it's going to be a Japanese developed game, but we don't really know. Like usually, Xbox stuff leaks all the time, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case. But they didn't give they didn't give any kind of detail or um, anything more precise other than it's going to be a Japanese developed game from a known franchise. So, Soundfall Interactive is the name of the new developer who is making this new game. What it's called? Expedition something 33 or something like that. But anyway, the game looks really interesting. At least the first like trailer, it really caught my attention. And yeah, it's cool that they are apparently it had like a very positive reception so far. So that's why I guess Microsoft tried to in some way highlight it in this presentation. It's going to be this year apparently. All of these games should be this year. But yeah, let's hope this is good. So I'm gonna turn off the Doom music and let's put this one maybe. I think that's a good volume, right? All games available on day one with Game Pass. PG 18. 4 games, only 4 games. Now this is too quiet. Let me I think that's good, right? Maybe there. Is it me or do they always start their presentations the same way? They love to highlight the people that they're going to fire and leave without a job when something doesn't meet their targets. Oh, they're gonna start with the new one. Game Studios is publishing. Team Ninja. It's going to be Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden will be really, really cool. It's been a while since they... the last one was Razor Edge, which a lot of people didn't like. I thought it was pretty okay.
今日は皆様にジム忍者が長く大切にしてきたアクションシリーズの新情報を発表できる機会をいただけてとても嬉しく思います。早速ですがこちらをご覧ください。
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a sole ninja. However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
He's high-tech. High-tech Ryu Habayusa. Oh, and Platinum Games. What the hell? Okay, that seems quite Ninja Gaiden 2, actually. So yeah, if you're gonna make an action game, Platinum Games is a really good choice. Usually they don't sell the best for some reason or another, but I think Revengeance and Nier have shown that if you have the right IP, the quality is going to be there. Sometimes the appeal is not. Show me Nimpo. Oh, that's a long sword. Oh, that is Ryu. So there's going to be two protagonists.
So you've come, Raven.
Back off, Hayabusa. I will execute my mission.
Ninja Gaiden 4. Let's go.
世界中の町人の皆さん、10年以上大変お待たせしました。最強の忍者となり容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション忍者ガイデンのナンバリング最新作として忍者ガイデン4を発表させていただきました。本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めています。プラチナゲームズさんのアクションゲームというジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、ベヨネッタやニアオートマタなど素晴らしいアクションタイトルを生み出してこられました。忍者ガイデン4というタイトルを10年以上の時を超えて新たに皆様にお届けするにあたり、より多くの方に新鮮な気持ちでプレイしていただけるよう、新たな世界を新主人公であるもう一人の町人ヤクモで冒険するという形で制作することにしました。
Okay.
先ほどご覧いただいた映像の中でリュウハヤブサも登場しておりましたが、 彼は今回も物語に密接に関わってきます。なぜヤクモと戦うことになったのか、竜ハヤブサが戦う目的は何なのか、本作の物語の中で展開していきます。
任務は必ず成し遂げる。邪魔をするな。
物語は黒竜がもたらした
トキオ
勝利の雨によって荒廃した首都東京が舞台となっています。この雨は黒竜がまだ生きている証であり、雨が止まない限り東京に安寧は訪れません。
Kind of wish they go back to like the demons, Jakio, like the first the NES games, NES games.
に所属するヤクモが首都東京で黒竜を倒し、この世界を晴らすため戦いに身を投じます。
I think a new protagonist
これまで忍者外伝シリーズで描かれてきた
is a good
ハードな世界観は継
it's
承
a good choice.
そこにさらに危機を感じさせる要素として呪いやより混沌とした景観のデザインを取り入れています。ステージプレイ中に街が呪いの影響を受け、ビルは崩れ、道は歪み、ヤクモをピンチに陥れることでしょう。舞台となる東京はとある出来事によって街全体が崩壊し、魔族やヤクモと敵対する勢力がひしめき合う状態になっており、環境全体がプレイヤーに牙を向くように感じられるはずです。
It seems quite far along, so
全
this is
世界
cool.
に立体的に自由度の増した危険に満ちたステージをリングやシリーズおなじみの体術など忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。レールアクション、スイングアクションなどのダイナミックで爽快なシチュエーションを多く追加しました。これら以外にも様々なシチュエーションやチャレンジ、隠されたアイテムなどを用意しており、ステージが
Yeah, these games are known to be hard. At least the first two. Ninja Gaiden 3 wasn't that hard. The first two were definitely like known for its difficulty. Wonder if they're going to now that being hard is a feature thanks to Dark Souls and stuff like that. I wonder if they're going to lean into that.
忍者の頂点、竜と肩を並べる次世代の町人たり得る人物としてデザインしています。そんなヤクモの前に立ちふさがるのは荒れ果てた東京の治安維持組織であり、黒竜の封印を守る竜神島や現世に蔓延する人ならざる者妖魔、
Nice.
そしてもちろん
Different environments. I like
お
it.
なじみの魔人も登場します。
Fiends.
現時点では公開していませんが、新たなキャラクターやシリーズファンの方に喜んでいただける人物も登場しますので、続報にご期待ください。
従来のシリーズからバトルスピードをさらに加速させ、目にも止まらぬスピードで敵との攻防を繰り広げることができます。
It's weird because Platinum Games,
ヤクモが使える新要素、
Platinum Games were talking about being like more independent, like making their own IPs,
から大きく進化した
working less with other developers because usually they are basically a studio for hire,
これまでの忍者ガイデンには
but they were having some plans of
となっており、
kind of making their own IPs.
戦況を一気に
They took back the IP from the Wonderful 101 IP from
1対
Nintendo,
1の戦闘における比率も健在です。プレイヤーの
but
ガードや回避を
I think this works for them.
フェア
I mean,
な
I
戦
don't
闘を
know.
味わうことができます。
I know it's obviously
この動きをしっかりと捉え
it would be nice for them to have like their own IP that they can
仕掛けていくことが重要です。
publish by themselves, and
アクションの味わいにさらなる進化を感
they
じる
took some money from Tencent also for that goal.
特にアクションに
But
関
it's
しては手触り、バランス調整
I mean,
など細部に
with
わたり
this news,
議論
I guess
していただき、会社の
that's
垣根を越えた密な
that's
やり取り
further away than
本
expected.
作の主人公であるヤクモは竜とは一味違うアクションを有していますが、その中でもしっかりと忍者外伝らしさを感じていただけると思います。例えばカラス、ヌエ、2つの型があるという点がヤクモの大きな特徴ですが、それらが持つ多彩な性能のアクションを用いて敵や状況ごとに使い分ける攻略の深みや滅却、絶技などを絡めた抑揚あるスピーディーな攻防などはもちろんヤクモでも健在です。
I like the on the especially the first two Ninja Gaiden for Xbox. I like the risk reward of when you defeat an enemy, they leave some orbs, and you could those could heal you, or you could use them to make like a more powerful attack, absorb them. So it was cool if you were going for like faster times or stuff like that. Yeah, hopefully it's hard. Hopefully it comes back to that difficulty that made the first two Ninja Gaiden games and the original NES games also quite special to me.
皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
シリーズファンはもちろんのこと、忍者ガイデンを初めてプレイする方でも存分に楽しめる作品になっておりますので、ぜひ発売をお待ちください。
長年にわたってプラチナゲームズさんと共にまさに忍者のように潜んで忍者ガイデン4の開発を進めてきましたが、
Oh, so it's been a while.
することができて非常に嬉しく思います。2025年秋に本作を皆様にお届けできるのを楽
This
しみ
year
にしています。
in the fall,
ぜ
nice.
ひご期待ください。
PS5.
さて、本日お伝えしたい発表はそれだけではありません。こちらをご覧ください。
The first three? Yeah! It's going to be a remake. Oh, it's the second one. Oh, is it going to be all of them?
My path leads through the land of the dead.
Yeah, that's from the third.
And thus the sun sets on the Dragon Ninja bloodline.
Genshin, go back to hell.
All paths before me are cruel and arduous. Our time has come.
Ninja Gaiden 2. Black.
忍者ガイデン2のオリジナル版は2008年に Xbox 360で発売し、バイオレンスな表現とハイスピードなバトルを皆様にお楽しみいただいた。
Yeah, I think 2 was the best one.
忍者ガイデン2ブラックではオリジナル版の表現に立ち戻り、アンリアルエンジン5を用いてグラフィックを大幅に刷新、忍者ガイデン2の完全版として開発いたしました。綺麗なグラフィックでお楽しみいただけるのはもちろん、リュウ・ハヤブサに加え、アヤネ、モミジ、レイチェルもプレイブルキャラクターとして登場します。そして本作は本日コンソール、PC、そして Xbox ゲームパスでこの後すぐに発売となります。
Today, Shadow Drop.
忍者ガイデンシリーズを長年応援いただいている皆様はもちろんのこと、本日忍者ガイデンを知っていただいた皆様も忍者ガイデン4の発売前にぜひ本作をお楽しみください。今年はチーム忍者創立30周年の節目であり、本日発表させていただいた忍者ガイデン4を含め2025年は忍者の年、イヤーオブザ忍者となります。
Quite cool.
ぜひ忍者ガイデンシリーズの展開にご注目ください。本日はありがとうございました。
I thought they were going to start with Doom, but this was quite better. So yeah, I think they're gonna finish with Doom. This look interesting. The low frame rate animations are weird. I think they are weird in a good
Hi,
way.
and welcome to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada. At our studio, we care about world building, and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own. From the magical noir of contrast to the alternate history of We Happy Few, we draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue. For South of Midnight, our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life. This gave us a chance to explore Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist. So while our protagonist Hazel is at the forefront of our story,
Hazel.
it's the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
Yeah, I think not a lot of people were fans of the effect.
Did you pack everything? Mama, this ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the
Flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shoot, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
Won't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right now.
I'm just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Hazel!
Okay. Hurricane?
Hazel may start her journey as a typical 19-year-old, but disastrous events will push her into a darkly
Looks really
magical
cool.
world where she'll learn who she really is and how to tap into weaving, an ancient magical power that redefines her trajectory in life.
The land itself chooses Hazel as a weaver. Someone who can see beyond the surface and tap into a deeper reality, the Grand Tapestry. Weavers
Grand
create the
Tapestry.
fabric binding our worlds, connecting people, nature, and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands and stigmas in the world. Through her newfound power, she reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures she encounters.
As Hazel discovers her power, the world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from the old folktales actually exist.
You up here, my salvation.
Among them is Coral Catfish, the storyteller who
Catfish.
serves both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
It ain't every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself. Would you kindly do your weaver thing and help me down?
Meeting Catfish marks
He does look a little bit weird, not gonna lie.
Hazel's arsenal and powers are designed around textile crafting and traditional spinning wheels. Her weapons include a spindle, 2 weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities. Those abilities also help Hazel progress on her journey.
As her journey unfolds, Hazel will master new weaving abilities. Using
And new costumes, of course.
conjure objects, and confront adversaries.
Combat is about understanding and adapting to different enemy archetypes known as Aints, the manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
These haints trap Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
Each Aint has its own unique moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example, the slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes from afar, while the Ravager closes the distance with chilling speed. Hazel can counter these threats with agile melee abilities to execute powerful combos, jump attacks, and charge attacks. But close combat is risky and can backfire because Aints have powerful defensive abilities. Mastering your magical skills becomes the key to gaining the upper hand in combat. Push, pull, and weave are some of the spells at your disposal that give you a tactical advantage.
Okay, show me.
Timing is everything. Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos, push them back to interrupt and stun their attack. Then press the advantage
Pull,
with follow-up
push.
Spells interact uniquely with each enemy type, creating dynamic combat scenarios.
Oh, you can bind them.
Multiple types of opponents at the same time. Once near death, enemies can be unraveled, breaking their core and setting them free of their corruption, which has the added benefit of providing health boosts and reducing ability cooldowns. If you play your combos right, you can enhance Hazel's combat readiness and keep on chaining her abilities. As Hazel progresses in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved abilities, and you'll have to decide which areas to prioritize. The upgrades will change how you approach combat, like enhancing area.
It doesn't seem like a huge
or refining push and pull skills to
how it's called,
feel more rewarding.
skill tree.
The combat system is fast and responsive, built around chaining.
Sometimes that's better.
Side strikes and unraveling enemies.
You mind if I take a look around? You can see every place old Molly terrorized and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
In Hazel's search for her mother, you'll explore multiple regions, each ruled by a mythical
Yeah,
creature
that
with
looks
their
cool.
own Southern Gothic
Well, the other game they're going to talk about kind of looks like that as well. Like buildings being floating,
As a weaver,
pieces of
Hazel
land.
kills these creatures by collecting fragments of haunted memories. We call these echoes, which reveal each creature's past. Hazel must experience these echoes before she can mend them.
What kind of person
Sorry.
would do that to someone?
We design each region to reflect the creature that's been doomed to wander it. From the atmospheric environment to unique music themes composed for each one. While not all encounters lead to direct combat, Hazel will need to face mythical creatures in epic confrontation before she can heal them. Our boss encounters and gameplay sequences also reflects the uniqueness of each creature, with distinct mechanics that center around a specific thematic. These encounters
Oh, you get to fight against the crocodile.
and complexity. As the encounters progress, the musical theme builds up, cranking the tension alongside the fight. Whether it's
Like Tears of the Kingdom.
or hugging Molly, each of these larger-than-life creatures is inspired by Southern folklore and lead to climactic battles.
We got a long journey ahead.
South of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Southern-inspired landscapes. From abysmal swamps to flooded farmlands to the Appalachian peaks. In our magical South, decaying buildings reclaimed by nature stand moments away from a hungry Rugal. And as Hazel delves deeper, reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
The history, landscape, and folklore of the American Deep South fill our world, and our team has infused the game with thoughtful details and environmental storytelling, like our bottle trees and haint blue porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits. The weight of the past emerges as central themes, which you can see through old abandoned buildings and businesses struggling to survive. As you explore, you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in the face of a hurricane.
So I'm the last person left here.
Oh yeah, there was a hurricane. I forgot about that.
This part of the river's filthy with them.
Artistically, we're staying true to our moody compulsion signature style. But this time, we're using a handcrafted approach inspired by stop-motion animation, which allows our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every prop and character. Because this folklore is open to visual interpretation, we embrace the freedom to reimagine these creatures and their stories, to adapt how they look, and to craft our own version of a fantastical Deep South.
The Folklore. Oh, remember that game? Folklore. It was early at the PS3 Live.
We love to craft around central themes. We're lucky to have talent across all our disciplines that collaborate to give South of Midnight such a unique personality. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into South of Midnight.
Nice.
We're thrilled to announce
Nice
that
bounce on that on those chicks.
Episode 8 and pre-orders are now available on Xbox and Steam.
Xbox and Steam only for now. April 8. Nice. "25 minutes." So they're taking their time with each of these.
Bonjour everyone. We are Sunfall Interactive and welcome to our manor. We are a small studio based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur
Expedition 33. Yeah.
It's a turn-based RPG set in a fantasy version of late 19th century Belle Epoque France.
Here we are.
Our grand adventure in game development actually started as a solo passion project. I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved, but that fully leveraged the latest tech, refreshed the genre with new features, and took place in a compelling world. I knew I needed help to realize my dream. First, I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
Guillaume and I started trading ideas right away, and that quickly turned into trading files back and forth. Soon, I was creating the first prototypes of the reactive turn-based system, combining real-time offense and defense element, and a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked.
Cinematic camera system.
Of these features. We felt we had something both challenging and fun.
As Tom and I went back and forth and iterated on game elements, a vision started to come together, and I shared it with an old friend from university.
Guillaume and I are both passionate gamers, and when he described the project, I quit my job the following week and joined the team without hesitation. Because I believe that in video games, success always starts with a strong creative vision. And we had that, defined by 3 core elements. A story with great emotional depth.
Not really necessary.
On the classics we love.
Yeah, that does. That's important.
Completely original, beautiful, and immersive.
Yeah, that's also true.
Interactive on these tenets. A group of friends with a shared vision and the drive to make.
I think a lot of the problem with games nowadays is that people want to tell stories and not really create ways to play, original ways to play games. But this one seems cool. Like, I think the
and that started with the hook.
I think the setting is not bad. I don't think it's super important.
Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased. Every year, that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger. Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned. Our story follows Expedition 33.
Expeditioners, we honor your dedication.
Guillaume and I knew early on that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil. What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I'm sorry about earlier.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature, with adult characters who feel like real people with real experiences.
I'm always missing something that everyone else just gets.
The heart of the story is about overcoming an existential threat while struggling with loss and grief. And it's rooted in the characters' relationships.
Robert Pattinson.
To each other and to themselves.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate? What duty do we owe?
So that's basically Xenoblade 3. If you haven't played it, it's also kind of the same.
Personal to me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Know that Lumiere fights with you. Tomorrow comes Expedition 33.
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time. To them, the mission is tied not only to their family, it's central to their identity and purpose.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
Contrast that with Ciel, whose darkest days have already happened.
What are the stars whispering to you? Actually, I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
And Maëlle, who cares more about really living her life, not just living longer.
Gustave, are you real?
It's not all dark, though. Along the way, they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully playable character. He has a really cool battle mechanic where he can turn into the enemies he defeats.
What are you doing?
Just need the foot. Aha!
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a Jest Troll, which are a group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation. They're fun and sort of ridiculous.
So you have your
and many other Jest Trolls across the game.
your monster capturing companion, kind of.
There is Eskie, who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the verse.
Eskie is that powerful?
He will be your mount and help you travel to secret corners of the world. And if you bring him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world and find exciting secrets.
I'm strong, but I'm not that strong.
Everyone has their own reason for joining the expedition, and each of them has their own story arc and resolution that we think players will really connect with.
So yeah, it seems like the party is that one. One guy, 3 girls, and the monster.
Our reactive turn-based system takes the traditional turn-based battle mechanic we love and adds real-time reaction, which gives combat.
Yeah, this is what I'm quite into.
During enemy turns, you can negate all damage by dodging or parrying at the right time. But balancing turn-based with real-time mechanics took a long time to get right. During initial playtests, turn-based players often found the real-time elements too hard. Some of us are still traumatized by enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that we're proud of. Players who are good at real-time can take more risks, and others can counterbalance with items and strategies.
Okay.
A big part of that formula lies in the many ways you can customize your character.
Maybe give them like
time designing each character's unique mechanics
to make it easy. Just make the windows a bit
viable, so that everyone can have fun with how they play the game.
A bit bigger.
Each character has a unique mechanic. Melee switches between stances, which can ultimately boost defense or power. I personally like to make Mel the protector of the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustav's complementary skills. The characters can also equip hundreds of passive effects, which in our game are called Lumina. Every character has more than 20 unique skills in their skill tree and hundreds of passive effects they can gain through Lumina and weapons. So there are a ton of builds and playstyle to explore. Needless to say, we can't wait to see how you choose to play and what kinds of build you'll design that we probably never even imagined.
Okay, different builds are cool.
Our story is set in the French fantasy world, and I was really excited to design something unique. Every level has its own color and texture identity. For example, the Gestural Village is an early area in the game where players can enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that feels chaotic, grungy, and toy-like. It's basically a bazaar. Everything's disorganized, chaos everywhere, huts are unsafe, built without much thought. It's a place where anyone could fight you at any point, which is pretty much what the Gestrals are like. The Gestural Village is hidden inside the 18th Sanctuary. The ideas here were forest, labyrinth, and sentinels. I designed it as a vibrant place, like an old graveyard of Gestrals, or forgotten wooden toys in a box, with 2 main colors, red and white. I wanted to make it feel cozy, hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths.
Cozy, the newest favorite word for the industry.
Minoko came in a single concept. I thought of a monkey-like body, white fur, with a black and red flat mask.
Ladies, could I?
Ow!
Definitely a Gestral.
For Eskie, we needed a cuddly companion to take us around the world. I thought instantly of a giant inflatable balloon and old Victorian pillows with many intricate motifs. We start with the core themes and ideas, and the visuals grow organically from there.
From the very start of the project, there was one thing that we absolutely wanted to bring back from older JRPGs. A feature we really loved, but is very rare these days. A completely 3D and navigable world map. Yes,
oh, nice.
Got a world map. And it was a real challenge.
Yeah.
Artistically and technically.
They know what we want.
It ended up a lot bigger than we expected. You'll definitely need Eskie's help traveling around.
Here we go.
We're super happy with the result, though, as there's a lot of side paths and entire hidden levels. If you want to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore. Good luck.
Yeah, it seems super cool, super cool.
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years. That's why we're delighted to announce that Expedition 33 launches on April 24th
Oh.
on Xbox Series X and S and is available day one with Xbox Game Pass. You can already wish the game and follow us for more info.
We are super excited to invite you into the world of Expedition 33. We are a small, passionate team, it's our debut game, and we can't wait for you to discover our story, our world, and our take on the turn-based genre. On behalf of everyone at Sunfall, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
April 24. I wonder what it's Doom then. Maybe Fall as well? Dun 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 dun.
Hello, and welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of id Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on id's tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom: The Dark Ages.
The Dark Ages. Let's go.
In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a cinematic sci-fi
Super weapon. Yeah, you're riding a dragon at some point, I think, right?
This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the series. And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat.
Combat. Okay.
In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank. Heavy, strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal.
Okay. It's cool that they are mixing them up.
Between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again. Just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom: The Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw.
The Shield Saw.
Throw. Parry. Deflect. All from one input.
Oh, you can color code it. It's color coded to see which one you can. You can reflect, and the school grinder is super funny.
In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom: The Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight.
So yeah, the green projectiles you can reflect. That's what I can get so far.
And the Shield Saw will give you the strength to go head to head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created at id. But that's not all. Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail? Or maybe an electrified gauntlet? or even a Doom spiked mace. That's right, we have 3 melee options.
Melee
Melee
weapons.
system, all on one input, complete with combos and upgrades, and it's totally awesome. And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit. And it feels amazing. You'll feel unstoppable smashing your way through the horde.
Yeah, it's less obtrusive because on 2016 you had to wait like 1 or 2 seconds watching you break someone's neck for the 1000th time.
That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created. Mean, ancient, brutal torture machines built to butcher, impale.
The Skull Grinder is so funny. But yeah, it definitely looks slower.
That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage and see how these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom: The Dark Ages.
What? Yeah, it feels super heavy.
And under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders
Okay,
that will
see?
allow
The
players
power
to
window.
tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best. You can slow things down or speed them up. It's a Doom for all Slayers.
And the gameplay doesn't end with just the Slayer. We finally have for you, you've been waiting for 2 games now, to get in and
The
pilot
mech.
your very own 30-story Atlan, which is a mech. It's the size of a building, it's powerful, and you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your big fists. And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon.
Yeah, let's go.
One and done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The Power Fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun. And as cool as all that is, we know that fans of single-player action games expect more than just great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of
Exploration.
Dark Ages.
Let's go.
Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy
story.
and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls.
It's kind of ridiculous, right? The cape.
As you see fit, with any gun you choose. Explore what is the largest play space uncovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources.
Oh, you can swim.
The game. Where you go, who you fight, and the objectives you pursue. It's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates because the battle isn't over yet. And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape
Finishing Move
with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete. And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom the Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains.
So now with cutscenes,
It leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's
which I don't prefer. I mean, when done well, I don't mind. But I honestly prefer the world building to be done in game.
Making modern Doom games together. And we've done
Not really cinematics, but I know cinematics are important to the vast majority of people.
is to give players an experience that's as fun to play as it was to make, and make something that's good enough to become the best game id has ever made.
But that is for you to decide. When Doom the Dark Ages releases,
May 15. So pretty stacked. 2025 is going to be pretty stacked. Actually. Hey, that was a really good show. All the games shown look really good.
You will feel like
May
the super
15.
weapon in the center of a medieval war against hell.
All of Hazel's powers are designed around textile crafting and spinning wheels. The combat
April
system
24
is
was
around
the
attacks and unraveling enemies.
Expedition 33.
System has a real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism.
忍具やシリーズおなじみの体術など忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。
皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
Cool. Let me check the Ninja Gaiden Black.
2のオリジナル版は2008年に Xbox 360 VR エンジン5を持った
Looks really good.
グラフィックでお楽しみタイトルとして Xbox ゲームパスで応援の後すぐに発売となります。
Oh, and PC too.
長年応援いただいている皆様はもちろんのこと
Nice.
本日忍者ガイデンを知っていただ
I
いてい
think
る
I'm gonna be
皆様
doing
も
that.
忍者ガイデン4の発売前にぜひ本作をお楽しみください。
So yeah.
今年はチーム忍者創立30周年の節目であり、本日発表させていただいて
I think that was really good. I don't know what you guys think. Let me go down a little bit. In fact, let me just mute this. Let me go back to Doom. So yeah, I don't know what you guys think, but I think the presentation was really good. I think they should maybe do more like these types. It's weird that Avowed is going to come out very soon and they didn't have like this last push. I think this is really good for games releasing close. I'm actually surprised that this is coming this soon. Usually most small developers now that show games for the first time, they like to do it like quite early. But this was announced, I think, May or June of last year. So yeah, coming out less than 1 year after it was first shown. It's weird, not weird, but it's not that common anymore. So, but yeah, I think all of the games look really, really good. It seems like to be a really good presentation to give like one last big push for these games. In the case of Ninja Gaiden, to announce it, but it's also coming out this year, so that is also cool. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna be playing at least 3 of these 4 games. The only one that I'm not 100% convinced is the South of Midnight, because I don't think it's that much like my type of game, or maybe it is. I don't know. It's just that there's just so many things to play, man, that you have to pick and choose. And if I have to be honest, this Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden is a classic, and it's a classic franchise that I really, really like. I liked it when it was on the NES. I liked it when it came out again on the Xbox and Xbox 360. So yeah, that's a big one for me. This looks very, very cool because it's kind of like I also wanted from JRPGs for a long time. Turn-based but with action features, and hopefully it's good. I mean, this is an unproven developer, but so far everything they have shown has been really, really appealing to me. And Doom is just like another classic franchise that although I didn't really play the originals. I played the original, but on SNES, I think, was my first experience with it. But I never finished. It was too hard for me at the time. But since Doom 2016, I've been a really big fan of Doom. So yeah, it's another one that is high on my list. And so far this year seems to be really, really packed with games. We'll have Monster Hunter coming in a couple of weeks, in like 1 month. Monster Hunter Wilds. There's also the Switch 2, Metroid Prime 4. What else? I'm super excited. Those seems to be like my most hype games in a long while. I think obviously me being mostly a Nintendo fan, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was like my last really, really hyped game. But this past year also had a lot of games that I was not expecting and that really enjoyed, like Brothership, like Mario and Luigi Brothership. So, and yeah, we're in a good time for games. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.